action mode tonight as we track the aftermath of tonight's hard-hitting storms.
From the Northeast Valley to the West Valley and several places in between, things turning very dangerous in a hurry. These storms hitting during what's already the wettest October in the history of Phoenix.
And the size of this one tonight coming as a bit of a surprise to everyone. We have team coverage for you tonight. Let's get it started with ABC 15's Zach Crenshaw. He's live for us in Sun City. And Zach, the flooding, just a major concern there.
A major problem, Katie. We're at 103rd and Mountain View right now. This was one of the hardest hit areas, especially when it came to that flash flooding. You can see most of the water has subsided here before me, just a little bit still flowing down that median. But that yellow Camaro, the water was halfway up that vehicle and took it away like it was nothing. It's called flash flooding, but it looked more like a river on Mountain View Road. The water relentless, carrying Camaros like they were koi fish. That would make Brent Teal a fisherman, and this diesel pickup his boat.
About an 8-inch lift with 35s on it.
So it does the job.
Oh, yeah.
Using a tow strap like a rod and reel, Teal and his sidekick son Hunter were hooking cars up left and right.
Pulled a couple people out and thought it'd be nice.
You don't have to be doing this. You're burning your own gas.
Yes. I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. I've had people offer me money, and I'm like, I'm not going to take your money. You need to get out of this water before you get more damage or yourself or get stuck in it.
For drivers, it was a nightmare. For a 9-year-old,
pretty fun.
Not so much for the El Mirage Fire Department. The first responders needed a helping hand themselves and a tow for their fire engine.
It happens every few years, but when it really rains, it'll go from sidewalk to sidewalk.
Dave Beneke watched from his garage, staring at his street turned stream.
The current gets pretty fast.
Like any time it rains in the valley, someone's car gets damaged. Someone comments on the cooler temperatures.
It's a beautiful night, though.
And someone is there to remind us, be smart.
Just pay attention to the weather and stay out of the flooded areas unless you want to lose your car.
They don't want to see this truck coming their way.
No, sir.
Now you can see the Camaro is still stuck out here. The owner will be likely having to pick that up from a body shop and hopefully get away with just thousands in damage and not have to buy a whole new car. We've also reached out to the El Mirage Fire Department to see about that fire engine. Those things are incredibly expensive. We've asked specifically what damage led that car to be towed. We'll let you know when we find that answer. Live in Sun City tonight, Zach Crenshaw, ABC 15, Arizona.
Well, from the West Valley to North Scottsdale, where flooding became a major concern as well.
ABC 15's Nicole Valdez joining us near the Loop 101 in Bell. And Nicole, neighbors in this area on high alert tonight as well.
Steve, people living in those condos here behind me almost evacuated. There was so much water rushing so fast from this wash here into the street. Too much of it, in fact. Firefighters worried if it got worse, that water was heading straight into their homes.
It's unbelievable.
It's more water than most have seen on this stretch of road in a decade.
This is a first. Normally we have water that comes through the washes, but never overflowing, here on 94th Street.
A wall of water moving down the valley after serious storms to the north.
It's really amazing how much water came in that short of a period of time.
It took just minutes for rushing water to head straight for this condo complex, keeping some stranded outside. Todd Sergey says his parents live just feet away.
As much as it's flowing, it may reach the top of their back porch. I don't know.
Firefighters prepared to start evacuating at least 8 of the units closest to those floodwaters. But just as fast as the water rose, it fell, taking only 10 minutes for the street to dry up.
We can get a lot of rain real quick and then it just stops.
Battalion Chief Dwayne Bader says this is still a prime example of just how fast you could be caught in a flood.
If you're good right now, you might not be good in 5 minutes. Know where you're going to go and have a plan of what you're going to do and where you're going to go.
Now you can see part of this road behind me still closed tonight. Scottsdale police say they're going to be monitoring the conditions out here, especially that many of them are talking about a potential cell hitting later on tonight. If it does rain again, police say they will be calling the fire department to again assess if condo owners here may need to leave their homes. It is still pretty wet and pretty dangerous here to be driving. Of course, it looks like this is going to stay closed at least for the rest of the night here. For now, we're live in Scottsdale. Nicole Valdez, ABC 15, Arizona.